Hi there! Hillary here for Waterlogged on behalf of saltwateraquarium.com. Recently, I went to Reefapalooza, California, where I had the chance to talk to Joe Caparetta from Marco Rocks. They had a full display set up, so let's take a look at their display and learn a little bit more about the new line that Marco Rocks has to offer. Hello again, Joe. How are you?
Great, doing well.
I am excited to get to talk with you about some of the new products that you have out. But do we want to do a quick refresher on like the OG Marco Rocks?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So we've got our, which most people know is our Reef Saver rock, which is our natural white rock. It's a dry rock. And then there's hybrid and shelf, and now we offer those in an organically dyed color version. This is the coralline version of it. So the color is only on the surface, and we also do have a spray which allows the user to color it up.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
I was watching the aquascaping contest.
Yes.
I was like, what is that stuff they're spraying? Now I know.
Right. So that's just a little something that helps, if there's chips and stuff. But truthfully, once it's in the aquarium, a little bit of white chips actually looks natural. Because when you look at a rockscape, typically there's all different shades of pink and contrasting and whatnot. So it's not the end of the world, it's a little bit of white chip. But anyway, what we have is something really cool. It's new, but it's not new. As I told Greg Carroll the other day, this rock has been around for ages. It's been around for a long time. There's been people in the Keys harvesting and growing live rock on using, Marco Rocks as a dry seed rock for that. So we've kind of just connected all the dots, and we're happy to offer our Marco Rock dry, but now in a live wet form.
Excellent. Let's go take a look.
So what we have here is, obviously you can see all the different, well, hopefully you can see the different shades of coralline color. This rock was sent to us from Marco Rocks to LA, my company, Unique Corals, put it in a tank. I wanted to monitor it, study it, see how it did, put corals in it. And I was very, very pleased with how it is. As a person who has imported corals for probably 15, 20 years now, bringing in live rock was always scary because you don't know what you're going to get.
Yep.
Especially the old days of bringing in boat rock. It should never have been called live rock.
Gotcha.
But this has been treated like coral. So the chain of custody is really tight, just like a coral. It goes from the ocean to our facility at Marco Rocks, where it's cared for, inspected, kept there for a couple of weeks, and then shipped out overnight in a temperature-controlled box, just like coral, styrofoam box, the whole works. And we did that process to get this rock to Unique Corals, and all the life came out of it. There's a condylactus anemone that came in on the rock to our surprise, a couple of pencil urchins, serpent starfish, really just all kinds of cool invertebrates, feather dusters, even some crabs, no mantis shrimp.
I was just going to ask about the mantis shrimp.
Some people would love to get mantis shrimp. Yep.
Me. Yep.
Yep. No, but so the area this is from is pretty clean, so there's no real issues with bubble algae, ptasia, curlicues. We see more of that stuff on the Gulf side.
Okay.
But it is live rock, so you're going to get some good with the bad. But we tell people to embrace the diversity.
Yes, and I feel like that's something as a hobbyist that we're always looking for, trying to get more diversity in our tanks.
Yes.
And this sounds like it's a really good way to do that.
And Ryan, on one of his last talks, really hit upon the notion of using nature to fight nature. Instead of being afraid of introducing these things to your aquarium, take the opposite approach. Embrace it and use nature's solutions to control things, like copepods for diatom control, or emerald crabs for algae control, or tangs, or copper band butterflies to control nuisance algae and pests. So there's a solution for all these things if you're willing to create a natural environment.
I like that. I like that.
Cool.
So if someone wants to purchase this, walk me through them purchasing it to when it goes in their tank.
It's available at saltwateraquarium.com, uniquecorals.com. We're kind of controlling who gets it. But you purchase it online, basically. Shipping, overnight shipping is included.
Okay.
And it will show up, you can pick the day that you want it to be shipped typically. I know Saltwater Aquarium is shipping every Tuesday for a Wednesday arrival.
Yep.
So those orders come into Marco Rocks, everything gets packed, FedEx overnight, shows up at your house just like coral. And if you're not home during the day, if it's not 100 degrees out, the package should be fine sitting on your step. But if you are going to be working all day and the box is going to sit there, maybe try to wait until you don't have extreme temperature.
So do you have any other tips or tricks for this rock? Any frequently asked questions that you get?
Yes. A lot of people often ask, I have an existing tank, can I add live rock to it? Would it benefit the tank? Or I'm setting up a new system, should I get live rock with dry rock? And those are all excellent questions. There's not a one answer that fits all, but the general rule is you want to inoculate a new system, especially with some bacterial life. That microbial diversity will help speed you through the ugly stage, speed you through the cycling process. So a lot of it's budget related, but 20 to 30% of your new setup could be live rock mixed with dry, or you can add seed rock to your sump just to get that inoculation happening.
Okay.
So yes, you can definitely help an existing system, especially if it's struggling, by introducing some new life, some new bacterial strains to try to kickstart it. And we're just kind of scratching the surface of understanding, we're testing now the genetics of different bacteria and even different pathogens and see how they interplay in our aquariums, whether it's a new system or an established system. But the good news is this rock has been used, it's not new, it's been around for 20 years. We've talked to people that have seeded every tank that they install, professional installers, and they love this type of rock from these areas.
That's awesome.
So I feel good about it.
I say it looks beautiful. I kind of want to have some in my tank. If they have any specific questions for you, how do they reach out?
They can email me at joe@MarcoRocksdotcom or Mark, M-A-R-C, at MarcoRocksdotcom. We're the two owners. Jen at MarcoRocks.com. Or you can even catch me at Unique Corals. But yeah, through Marco Rocks is probably the best way. We'll be specific with our answers right from there.
Okay, so one last question for you. If somebody wants something particular, they're looking for a piece of live rock that has a lot of life on it, or maybe if I'm looking for a mantis shrimp, is that possible? Or
right now we don't want to get too select with what we can offer. We don't want to disappoint. So right now it's really just offering live rock. We don't sell invertebrates separately. So it's kind of a lottery. Maybe you'll get it, maybe you won't.
Luck of the draw.
Yeah, and our staff is trained to pick the nicest pieces. We don't have different grades. Some companies offer an A grade, a B grade, a C grade. It's just one grade. Every piece looks good. And you know what? The pieces that might not have as much coralline diversity, put those in the back. You need to elevate and build your reef anyway, so save your nicest pieces for the most focal points. And after 6 months to 9 months, if the tank is healthy, you're going to have all this coralline algae exploding everywhere anyway. So
awesome.
Can't go wrong.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you chatting with us.
Anytime.
All right, this has been Hillary for Waterlogged on behalf of saltwateraquarium.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.